Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Pirates 4 replay. Spawn on the bottom right side as the yellow Roost, we have LoueMT. On the north side as the blue Chinese, we have Neptune. And since we do have a Roost player on the field, let's go ahead and swap out of caster mode so we can see the trade bounties. Of course, let's go and talk about the economic benefits. Roost have a number of economic benefits. They get a bit of gold for each huntable they kill, or any wildlife, barring sheep they kill. And as more they find, they will get a higher trade bounty. In fact, he found one of his forest puppers before he did. And there is a villager there taking out a wolf, so he's taking out some stuff with his villager there. Very nice. So yellow does find two groups of deer there. Blue is finding this group of deer, which yellow has not found just yet, which is very shame that yellow didn't find that one because it's pretty close by the other one. So, and yellow could have claimed 2 deposit deer rather than just the or 3 deposit deer rather than just the 2. So these deer are pretty close to each other, so could maybe go to a location for expansions. Got the forest pupper there, being killed off by blue, and now blue's come back in on off. We got a single wolf here. We got 2 wolves here. Yellow brings aggro's the wolf and start to engage each other. Oh, we got the golden gate. Did they nerf the Kremlin in the recent patch? I have to take a look at most civilizations when it comes to the patches. Blue just pick off the wolf there. We do now have the golden gate and they'll be employed on the field. Also, you get 1 favorable exchange every minute and does sword charges, so you don't have to do it immediately. Basically, you can spend 100 gold on either 150 food, wood, or stone. Very good exchange rates, to say the least. So you can focus on collecting a good amount of gold and turn that into a usable amount of resources, other resources. Over here, we do have the Imperial Academy, not big surprise. The Chinese, for their economic benefit, is of course the Imperial Official, which allows them to target a certain building to get increased drop-off or improve the production speed of it. The Golden Gate has been scouted out there. He's immediately going for stone, was designed for an expansion that could give Chinese players an indication that he could be aggressive. Now he does not have the wooden fortress here, so he doesn't get any improved wood drop-off the Kremlin. But what if that was somehow the Kremlin got nerfed? Because it looks like the Golden Gate did not get buffed. Tier 1 exchange. You can go ahead and click on it to get a good amount of stone. But he does have a good amount of stone in store. He doesn't have any. Has another minute's worth of gold income, passive gold from the handicap to get enough of gold. No, he has 100, so that is enough for a trade. Let's just switch back. I'm curious on the trade bounties. 140, so not as many as you would like. Usually, you try to at least eye for enough, so once you get the boar, it'd be another one. Boar's down here, boar's up here. Now, do you have a wooden fortress here? Purely meant for the wood drop-off increase. It never hurts for a bit of defense. It does cost 175 wood, which is pretty cost-effective compared to regular outposts. You do have the same amount of health as a fortified outpost. Don't have the fire armor, however. Of course, soar up to 8 villagers and have a number of useful upgrades. We do have the Bardic and the Sun not being employed on the field. This will put the Chinese player up to Song Dynasty. Scout here will spot it, so it'll be a safe idea for both players to eco. When it comes to unique units of Sage, the Roost does have access to early night, which is an early night. And the Chinese does have access to the Zhu, a crossbow variant effective versus low pierce armor units. How's it being built here? So looks like both players are eyeing for a bit of eco play. Let's take a look at the map. Yellow has a gold deposit here, relatively safe one here, a little bit more vulnerable one here. And looks like it's going to start migrating up this way and probably put another town site in the middle of these forest puppers. Survival time is just researched by the Roost player. And we do got a good number of scouts here, getting a bit of damage onto the mining camp there. A little bit too close. Does pull back in time. And he should be able to torch down the camp there. Does pick up a taxable income before going down. Very nice. Both sides have 2 scouts for blue, 3 scouts for the Rus, and 1 early knight in the blue cube. We've got 1 spearman for the Chinese. Across the Song Dynasty, the Chinese player can build villagers every 15 seconds rather than 20 seconds. He doesn't have a second town center just up just yet. It's not being deployed on out. Close to the first one. Now there is Iron Force aggression. He's actually saving these charges, which is a fair thing to do. You can go aggressive gold. Maybe get out the gold mining research and then start aggressively claiming the gold on the map. If you take a look on the map as well, you can see here there's some gold deposits pretty close to each other for the one person claim, likely the Chinese player. Or if he's a bit more spread out, that's basically all the gold. They're both pretty, all the gold seems attainable for one side or the other. When it comes to wood deposits, the Rus player has this relatively safe one, a little bit more out, and very much the center, so it looks like the Chinese player does have better placement when it comes to wood. When it comes to relics, looks like there's 2 relics here, which is more favorable towards the Rus player's expansion, so that is a possibility. And there's 2 small forest trees. He could put the high trade cent house between both of either one of those. And this is probably the best spot for it, but it'll be a bit far forward. Time for some palisade walls now. Palisade walls are pretty cheap. Initially costing 1 wood, costing 7 after that. As opposed to the fortified palisade walls, which do cost the same amount as well, which is pretty good, the fact that it doesn't cost any additional wood to fortified palisade walls. They may take a little bit longer to build, not so sure. And let's see a production time. 3 seconds. And wait, 5 seconds? So fortified palisade walls are faster construction time? Huh. Early knights do find a charge in there, but it got 0 kills, some good damage. Those villagers do then escape out to the village. Additional spearman now being plotted for Chinese, very nice. He's going from Zinchnu's, which right now the Russian player, the Rus player, is eyeing for archers as well. Archers will of course counter the spearmen. Zinchnu's can fight the archers, but archers do have more range than Zinchnu's, so archers are going to be generally good for the Rus as well. Against those archers, maybe a good idea for the Chinese player to go for some horsemen. At least horsemen are of course durable. They can withstand a little bit of knight attacks, enough so that spearmen can advance forward. And he does take out that scout there. Very nice. He now knows there's a bunch of Rus archers now on the field. And this is not pulled out of town center up here. The Rus player did build a second town center before his opponent, but the increased production of villagers it's causing it even out. Both sides are going for pierce damage. The Chinese players are for pierce armor. And he has used his favorable trades. At least a couple of them, getting a bit of gold and food. And probably for some more knight production. Does get a good fire there, taking out 2 of the villagers, very good. Now the knights are pushing down that palisade wall. And Chinese player maybe designed, yeah, he's rotating to a different wood line. We do got scouts and archers now being ported here. The scout will provide some good vision. We will not be able to see in this region. And maybe a small window we can see something over here, but the archers went too foolishly forward. Getting some plus shots, not focus firing. Knight now charging is on in. These knights and archers now advancing forward. And these forces are now starting falling back. I think the fact that that archer just start autoing those villagers was a bit of a problem for yellow. He could have got a lot more damage done. And those these nice fades forward. Archers to find a good volley down the Zinchnu. And of course, got a couple arrows and hand cannon here firing against these knights now, but you will escape on out of there. Do now have a wooden forces going up. Yellow is starting to clean up these force buffers on his opponent's side of the map. Very good. And he does have only 140 trade bounty. Even killing off this boar will not get him to tier 2 trade bounty. Though once he's done with these force buffers, he could claim up this boar up here. And now we do have the siege engineers being built by the Roost player. He's eyeing for some battering rams break on through this region. Outpost starting going down, has been upgraded to hand cannoneer slit. Does fall back there. Siege engineers is available, so you can go ahead and quickly deploy out a battering ram with these archers. You know, his forces opponent to engage the battering ram with the archers getting some good fire support. Chinese players out of scouts as well. They're trying to torch down some of these palisade walls. Of course, there's a pretty nice size of bushes there. Up here, we've got the knight now moving around. Good damage there. Charging up in, archers firing away, Zinchnu's firing as well. Of course, they can only do minimal damage versus the knights. They do have 4 pierce armor. These Zinchnu's have 5 attacks, so they do 1 damage per arrow. Now got a single knight in the back line slicing up some of these villagers. So it doesn't get any kills there, not focusing anything down with the astronomical clock tower. Or has been cleaned up by yellow here. Now I do have the boar being cleaned up over here as well. The yellow is rapidly seizing all the food on the map. Now I do have the relatively more rare Abbey Trinity being put on the field. That could allow him to get out, capture these relics relatively quickly compared to his opponent who has to build a monastery. And 1 villager does go down there. Yellow does have a scout in this region. Charging his way forward, finds a great hit at a good number of those villagers. Good number of them have gone down. Archer's not firing away, trying to hit these spearmen. Spearmen getting some good damage in return. Both players are now in Castle Age. I don't see a warrior monk in the build queue just yet. Now veteran Zinchnu's to hold on the field. If he goes, he's going for pierce damage. His opponent's going for pierce damage. He really should go for pierce armor first. He's fighting against Zinchnu's. His pierce armor will count out more damage than him doing damage himself. Right now that's 6 damage. So these knights will take. Oh, we got rid of the knights, so they'll still only take 1 damage when this damage increases, and they'll take 2 damage per arrow. We do have a 4-siege workshop here. And good damage there onto that villager. The rest of the villagers could go out and shank him. 4 still being rapidly obtained. And now the villagers, yep, they're going to go up and shank that villager. It's abandoned there. And it looks like the Zinchnu's, or no, the spearmen, could still do some good damage to those villagers. And those villagers have gone hit, still does not have textiles research. Knights are advancing forward. Textiles have been researched over here. A couple of villagers have gone down to the knight charges. A couple of these villagers do get inside the outpost there. Going to be focusing down the outpost. It hasn't got any batter rams. Wooden fortress being killed off there. Knights could have a good opportunity there to gauge the Zinchnu's. but took in too much damage there. He has right now 7 damage. The Knights still only have 5 pierce, so they will take a bit more damage on approach. A good number of those Knights have gone down. I have a good number of Warrior Monks being pulled on out. And now we have Mangonel here, but it's in a bad position. When it pops out, it can easily get killed off. We have Veteran Archer Research over here. And now we have the Veteran Horseman as well. Warrior Monk has picked Relic and now following him back. We do have the Teach Warchops. Mangonel has the point of view. Spearman trying to quickly overwhelm him. Rotating around, finds a volley there. Gets an okay hit there on those archers. Monk does go down. Archers advancing on forward. Nice to find opportunity in the back line. Got a couple crossbows now being pulled for the Chinese. Very nice. Spearman does go down. The Spearman's advancing on forward. Okay, so he's focused on individual Spearman right now, but he's taking some attrition. Couple horsemen here, very good. Horsemen do right now only have 4 pierce armor. He's getting up to 5 soon. Warrior Monk now catches the stick of sight. Yellow has picked up 3 relics. One back here is still pretty safe for Blue, though a Warrior Monk can move pretty quickly. You can see this Warrior Monk en route, and they got this relic here. Can be claimed by either player. We now have Warrior's Fortitude being put on field, increasing the health of all of his cavalry. And we do have this Imperial official will get stabbed. Sekazai has been captured up here, very nice. We have a monastery here. Yellow's picked up another relic. That's one more in center. Great hit there by the clock tower SPs. Zushu's firing away. Archers have to maintain their distance. These early Knights do find a whole bunch of spearmen. Warrior Monk may want to go towards the side of the map before trying to escape on out of there. There's some palisade walls being pulled on field. The Knights will be able to clear through it if he spots it, at least. These villagers not getting hit by some horsemen. Horsemen is actually a great unit versus villagers, but it's okay. And so the Flexiles, it does take quite a bit of damage. It's when those horsemen take out any villager. And he does manage to escape out at the last moment, so he does get... Looks like Yellow will claim every single relic on the field. And none of these Knights have took a bit of damage, and maybe what I did is just send them back to a Warrior Monk to get healed up. Now, Yellow's to claim this gold deposit. I thought it was going to be a pretty safe one for Blue to secure, but he is now... Yellow's going to aggressively claim it. So far, Yellow has maintained great control of this map. Yellow's is now trying to just push forward. He has a mostly infantry force. We got a good amount of horsemen and archers here. The Mangonels would be useful. He is going... Blue Square has gone for a Spring Gold, which will be also useful for the Clock Tower and SBs. Wooden Fortress not being pulled on the field. Knights will get killed off. We already knew they're pretty wounded. Now they're pretty much dead. And now we have to start going for a keep here. There's currently 8 villagers, so but more villagers over here to claim up this gold. And there's a lot of gold there to claim. Wooden Fortress here has been completed. Horseman does go down. Archers firing away. We've got these villagers here. Oh, that Warrior Monk must have been selected. Unless he is trying to go for a cheeking conversion, but it's not likely. Blue's villagers are here as well. Got some Warden Forces being pulled out. He's repairing up the clock tower SFBs. Yellow's just getting too much whittled down. Lost all this horsemen. Now Yellow's playing every single sacred site. Very good. I'm not sure why there's a pair of wooden fortresses here. There's no resources. Blue's now advancing forward with a good number of villagers. He does have enough, almost enough stone for a keep. Springgold goes down. Remember, Mangonels and Lockdown SBs can engage Springgolds if they get close enough. They offer good general damage. Villagers are here. I'm not sure why there's so many villagers. He does have enough stone now. I'm a bit curious about the Golden Gate. One trace has been utilized as trades. On what? I do not know. Chinese players advancing forward. Do you have yellow trying to quickly pull out keep with 26 villagers? Very good. He's not put out any walls themselves, so they'll be exposed to a heavy assault. We're gonna have this keep going up. All 5 relics have been claimed. And good hits on the clock tower and nest of bees. Archer's getting some free damage right here. Oh, this is a lot of free damage. Let's get a very close range shot there. Nest of bees should go down relatively soon. Does go down. He does get the keep up, but the battery range helps displace that. Or trebuchet. More villagers pushing way forward. I'm not sure what these villagers are trying to do. He does not have enough stone for another keep. He's going for some proxy barracks. Mangonel can outrange the arrows, so you can go with that. While his opponent is going for Springgold, Knight does go down to some Spearmen. Got Horseman here as well. Takes out a villager. And Yellow has a good grasp on when it comes to Golden Map. His opponent does have a 4,000 gold deposit here, and this one's not been touched either. Trebuchet now engaging. Now Yellow's trying to pull out keep here to keep the gold he's going to claim. Blue may not be able to see this. They do have decent vision range, but maybe he's out. There we go, a couple units to get drawn over here. These forces are not advancing forward. Blue's keep is getting a bit of damage there, so I'm torching down some of the infrastructure. Spearing engaging the villagers is simply not enough. Blue now is claiming this forward here, apparently. Trebuchet still firing away, and there's another Trebuchet on the field. And Yellow does go ahead and abandon the keep. Got more villagers could be brought over here. He just need to clean up this force. Archer's getting some good damage here. Knights are charging forward. Let's get a couple charges there. Mangonel will go on out as well. If he's able to send a small force here, he should be able to get these villagers to recast from his keep. But it's there onto the keep. Does go and set the keep ablaze. It's no longer ablaze. Spearman Archers advance at 4. Do have now wooden forks here. There's a keep in this range as well. Palace guards from important in the field. Trebuchet's getting some great hits there. Archers are getting some good hits on the Blues villagers. Yellow does inside his keep and wooden fortress. Of course, there's a good amount of arrows coming out. It's might have trouble dealing with all the spearmen though. Let's see how the keep, so these lying villagers will be killed off there. There's a large number of villagers right there. The next Mangonel should finish them all off. Maybe not. Looks like all the trebuchets have gone down. Still got a number of horsemen and knights trying to engage these forces. They're still there, and now they have the high armory. Got some forces over here. The Chinese players are streaming in a bunch of relatively low quality units. Currently, Yellow has twice the quality while having only a slight number size advantage. And now we also have the Spirit Wave being put up by the Chinese players as well. A couple of archers do get cleaned on up. Now he definitely knows one has gotten the Spirit Way rather than the Great Gatehouse. Mangonel does go down. Both players now in Imperial Age. Got burning oil being poured out by the Roost player. Bruce Boy is in a good position. Highborn should be actually a higher priority with his good number of relics. But right now, it looks like the Bruce Boy is mostly getting his income from the relics. Having all 5 gives you what, about 600 gold? He has one single side as well. He may not have a single villager on gold. Nope, he has 25 villagers onto it, so he has gold starting up somewhere. This keep has been pulled out here, and these forces are going to get cleaned on Blue's forces. Blue has a small force here. Blue's just trying to go for some battering rams. Now, I do have some Schultz in the field, a cheaper musketeer, and cannoneer. I think they originally were called musketeers. Now, we do have the second site being captured on up. And these villagers are going to go on down. We do not have the Wandering Town giving Rams increased health, or Ram damage increased by 50%, as well as giving some health regen. Got some elite horsemen here, as well as a number of archers and Streltsy. Doesn't give the archers as well. Good number of palace guard being put on the field. They would be very useful as a Streltsy, or not Streltsy, archers, but we'll have trouble with the Streltsy. Running up 6 pure armor, they can go up to 7. The archer's damage is up to 11. Now he's got Pyrotechnics being put on the field. Oh, the second side has been captured up by the Roost Player once again. Horsemen now advancing down south. Palace Guard now advancing up. We're just trying to chase these guys down. This gold and stone is mostly grabbed. This area has not really been obtained by Blue, or even spotted, I believe. 6 I think be captured by the Palace Guard. Panorama will go down to these villages. Yellow's even cleaning up this gold deposit here, so Yellow's have been hyper aggressive to be able to claim this gold. Palace Guard now seeing a bit of fire there. Benor Schultzy and is in the region, but not enough against these. Palace Guard. Palace Guard are now hitting down some of these archers as well, but they don't have any melee damage. They do have the elite armor tactics, that's for sure, but don't have the increased melee damage for the melee weapons. More Palace Guard is being streamed on in. Right now, Chinese players is severely lacking in gold, and the Roost player has been rapidly seizing all the gold, and yep, gold's obtained over here, so Roost players are rack of aggression, and aggression claims gold is probably what's going to win in the long run, as well as the relics. The wooden fortress, or the keep, does not get built there. It does go down to the battering ram. Roost player can just fall back with some reinforcements. Heavy loading shelter, which are good, of course. You may want to get mixing some spearmen or other frontline units to keep the Palace Guards at bay. Of course, they may be at range. Doesn't have chemistry either at the moment. Keep now receiving some fire from that battering ram. Palace Guards are being streamed on in. I wonder how much taxes. There's some taxes that the Chinese player could try collecting in order to get some gold for his Palace Guards. This gold deposit almost completely seized. There's still 4,000 deposit here, as well as nearly 4,000 here. There's 7,000 gold that the Chinese could try reclaiming. Chelsea firing away, getting some good damage here. The Palace Guard has gone down. These villagers are now trying to get into the wooden fortress and the keep. Doesn't have any upgrades on the wooden fortress, nor spring gold or battering ram. Got more of the battering rams now being torched down. And that was finished off there with a couple villagers, or maybe an arrow fire. These villagers will abandon inside the keep there, and will be forcing back. Chelsea firing away, got a number of spearmen being put on the field. Chinese hand cannoneers, of course, they're fully kitted out. They also get the increased range of 5.5, which makes them longer range than archers. Horsemen and knights are advancing on forward, trying to hit his opponent's villagers, so he does stop in time. Chinese players advancing on forward. At this point in time, the Rus player may want to mix in some archers along with Streltsy. He's fighting against a large number of spearmen. The archer's bonus damage is quite significant. He doesn't have chemistry either just yet. He's going for biology. He probably should buy for chemistry first, and now Streltsy on the field. He has. The Rus player is consuming all. He's not getting any reserve resources. The Chinese player is apparently out valuing him in these fights. He does have a force of 70. These horsemen just been trying to stream on forward. They've been largely just going away. The Streltsy have been doing a good job of providing some good value. But right now, these horsemen just mostly been thrown away. This player does have a good amount of gold income. Chinese player has no gold income. He's spending all of his rest of the money on mass spearmen. Going for a good number of archers, I would say is pretty good. The Chinese player could mix in archers of his own to help hit against these Streltsy. I'll be able to outrange them. Now I do got a cannon placement here, no spring gold, does have boiling oil, no, maybe at this point in time, Castle Turk wouldn't be half bad. Streltsy, knights, and horsemen now advancing down south, picking out some other infrastructure time so he knows exactly what his opponent's at. Those trying to deploy out another keep here, but they will not be able to keep this land. Those just getting some good hits there. Streltsy firing away. Knights and horsemen trying to push one forward, trying to torch down something. I see their torches out, so they're trying to hit a building. And it looks like these forces will be cleaned on up. Those popping out to get those torches on the battering rams. Chinese players now running out of wood, so he has consumed. There's quite a bit of wood here. Got these. Looks like a relatively fresh lumber camp there to collect lots of wood. Streltsy now advancing forward. They could potentially go into melee. They do have a melee attack. I'm not sure how well they can be tasked with gauge onto the battering rams that melee attack. You're out to keep here. A couple of Rus battering rams not pushing forward as well, and the Rus is flying out a keep as well. Spearman still trying to just close into Streltsy. And Streltsy's killing everything off. Nicely charging for as well. They did get spear braced. Got some palace guards mixed up again. More spear in the build queue. Another 37 spear in the build queue. So still going to be a lot of. And the Chinese able to throw forward. We got a good number of knights here, but they're getting intercepted by spearmen. And this gold deposit will be claimed up soon. This gold deposit has been claimed. What about the taxable taxes? Yeah, there's a large number of taxes there. It may be a good idea to get those imperial officials over there and collect the taxes if he really needs the gold. Right now, Chinese player does have 120 gold per minute income. I'm not sure from what though. He doesn't have relics. He doesn't have any sacred sites. I'm not sure how the Chinese player is collecting up that much gold. Maybe he does have some imperial officials collecting up some taxes. Villagers try to clear up that area. We'll get overrun. Let's go to the palisade wall there. Spear brace there onto the knight. Streltsy and horsemen trying to stop these spearmen. Couple spear brace there on those horsemen. As one trying to flame up this gold without any drop-off point nearby. Keep does get found. And these villagers are kind of need to torch down this area themselves. They do need to fall back inside the keep or into the wooden fortress. Either shall work. Barracks still trying to pull out more spearmen. He may need more production structures. No, he's maxed out population, so he has a massive reserve of units. Simply doesn't have the population space for them at the moment. Now the villagers, where is the army? There's a army. Spear now advancing forward. Schultz are doing a good job of migrating around. All 6 has been captured by yellow, giving some more passive gold to come. And looks like blue does back of the game now. This end grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next play.